not violent in nature, but helpful to others. He wants to not, I guess you not say, create a peaceful. I'm trying to think of the right word. A type of being that will protect and not feel like they're slaves, but protect and serve where needed, if needed, but not have the limitations like other races. Be more like him, to where as long as kept properly and kept themselves up and in good condition to survive for as long as they're needed.
Bringing about an age of potential guardians within the world, Rusty begins construction of this. And whether or not it'll take some time is completely up in the air. Rusty is starting, and with the first step, will bring about a new age of steel and iron. Morthos.
Uh, First thing Morthos would do is to go in and check on both Dawn and Dusk and show that he did make it through.
Bringing about yourselves in front of the children that you care for, you can tell that they are ecstatic immediately to greet you. Both of them greet you. It is crude the way they do, but it is clear enough the intent of caring for another, including the one that can just barely speak. The ones that you care for are still here, and thankfully, the two children that you saved are safe.
He'd probably spend, at least a day with them, and then he would probably go to the acting ruler of the capital of the kingdom to let him know of the situation, what has happened, so that, that's kind of covered.
Making sure that the kingdom is safe as well as its people, including the people that you care for. You bring about an understanding within the ruler's kingdom itself, speaking with not only the current ruler, but the current ruler's father, the one that truly rules, to make sure that they understand the danger and the potential fight that lies ahead. Making sure that it is apparent that you should try to keep the individual safe, but at the exact same time to make sure that everyone is safe.
I'm going to switch back to my computer.
Mm-hmm. And one last thing, Morthos, unless you're not there yet.
Huh?
One last thing, unless you're not at your computer yet, but you are. All right. Ray.
Oh, I
Oh.
actually wasn't done
Okay, Morthos.
first. Because he would, because of how he is, he would feel obligated to. He would probably also tell Ray, since she's in this form of this dragon, about the cave he lived in. Perhaps she could use it till maybe she can take a human form, or her elven form, I guess it would be. And then he would probably find some way to get to the summer home to tell Q and Zim the news.
Bringing about a new age of tranquility, as well as making sure that Ray is taken care of, as you're not exactly sure if Ray can turn back. Traveling once more and making sure your friends are safe, you go into the summer home, where the two individuals that have yet to hear the news lie in wait. Thankfully enough, you are able to get there just fine, but in time, people will begin to heal. Both Ray and Q hear the news.
I mean, Zen.
Both Ray And you
Just
hear the
yeah.
news and have heard the news and take it with a burning grip. Zen, on the other hand, is a lot more emotional. That time I actually didn't mean to screw up, but I phrased it weirdly, so I apologize for that.
I thought you were talking about sending to my bad.
No. I just phrased the sentence weird, so I can completely understand. Sorry. But with time and with healing, both with a healer like Morthos and with their wife, they will eventually be able to be at peace. Morthos, your actions have definitely brought yourself and definitely has shown that you are someone that can take care of themselves and other people. And with a new class of the embodiment of snow, perhaps the following season will be a warmer one. Ray.
Right, I forgot Morthos is winter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first thing Ray's gonna do is see if she can figure out how to turn into a humanoid or elven form.
It takes a while. It's a good thing Morthos has told you about the cave system. And eventually you are able to break through into your true form. Well, maybe not your true form, but a form that you are now aware that is both one and the same true. And you do manage to form yourself back into your original state, but now with eyes of pearlescent light.
Does that mean Ray can go back and forth between dragon and humanoid?
That's what it implies.
Holy shit, Ray, you're cool.
And I'm also gonna try and contact Mistra as soon as possible and let her know what I did and try and assure her that I'm not gonna try and cause problems like the other prismatic dragons did in the past.
You get chastised for a while, a good 2 hours, but eventually Mistra does tell you that they will keep an eye on you, but so long as you don't cause trouble, nothing should transpire. They know of the current events that have happened in your world, and they might need something that can go against gods, but of different worlds.
I just realized Ray also still has that egg.
And Ray, anything else?
And obviously, I'm gonna go back to studying, finish those books up, and then try and figure out just what happened to this world and what all has changed and how many books need to be updated.
With a new fundamental understanding of the world, with a new understanding of things that have now intertwined with your own, studying, learning are definitely things that need to be done. And for Ray, this is definitely a life worth living. And with Ray's new form, this is one where you can take a little bit more risks. But it is entirely up to you if you do or do not. But one thing is definitely sure to be true. At the end of the day, she'll likely be curling up with a good book. Iskar. As soon as you find yourself gone, as soon as you feel your sensations broken, you snap awake. Not into the reality that you know, but into one of gray and death. Surrounding you, you do see people of shadow, people without color of vision, of light, and of anything. It's as if they're going through the motions of life, but have no color of life to show.
Scar will pause for a second, look around, and then look down at his own hands to see if he is like them.
Looking at your own hand, you can tell that there is no colored hue upon you. There is nothing, if not anything, around you. The green cloak you bore, the skin tone you have, the clothing you bear are all in monotone gray scaled. Everything but one item. The very ring you use to call yourself a husband.
God damn it, Ray.
Look at the ring.
You
Holding
look at
it over in my hands.
the ring and you feel a sensation, a vibration of warmth. The rest of your body does feel cold to the touch. There's definitely no circulation within it. But the ring itself is as if it holds a heartbeat. The sensation of a life, of something still present, still near, but not close enough to feel.
I'll activate it, or attempt to at least. Turning on for the first time wording bond that was sealed within it.
Sinking in the very magical core it has upon itself. You activate the phrase to activate it, and immediately you feel a sensation, a strike hope, but a weak one. You feel the sensation miles upon miles upon miles away, but within the world you now find yourself in. It is weak due to the fact that they are so far away, but it is there.
I'll run towards it, sprint.
Running to their hope, running to a sensation you feel, have felt, and will attempt to feel again. You may not be in the world you know, you may not even be alive, you truly know you're not alive. But in this world, you at the very least know you are not alone. And depending on how long it'll take, you'll fight, claw, and move towards the direction of that sensation and of hope. With the events that have transpired within your world, certain events will follow soon after. The new formed organization to deal with the monsters that have now poured into your world. A secret organization making sure that the populace can live in the darkness. No, sorry, I phrased that wrong. A certain organization that will live in the light, so the populace can live in the shadows. And your team may or may not join it, or at least consult. But one thing does stand true. Your team has made sure your world has a life beyond the point of its current extinction point. But with the certain events that will soon follow, your team was one to help it out. And with the help of yourselves and of the organization that is soon to pass, with the help of the Council of Five within the church's order, with the help of the king's finances, and with the help of Q's own benefactory state and status, due to the fact that they own a good amount of technology and use. The world itself is now forming more and more parallels to the one that you know from another world. And whether or not it'll continue to follow along that path, we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks for playing, and I hope you had fun.